So major assignment 1, and I chose the first assignment, and I chose to do it in the video format because I get to talk about my culture a little bit. And one thing that is so popular right now in my culture is to talk about our hair. So in African American culture, we have movies about our hair, we have books about our hair. Our hair seems to always be the topic of conversation. But the number one tradition that I have taken from my family is that if you water your hair, it will grow. And number 2, never, ever, ever let anyone touch your hair, or never have 2 people in your hair at one time. And I'm going to explain a little bit about that. Okay, so the next question and explanation is going to be all in one. So the next question is, how do you think others outside your culture might view or interpret this differently? So the aspect of never having 2 people in your hair at once or letting someone else touch your hair is all about spirituality. So in my culture, we believe that hair holds power. And if you have someone who has ill will towards you, or their energy is off, and they touch your hair, then they can transfer their evil spirits or intention or whatever they're carrying on you through your hair. And also, in our culture, we believe that if you cut your hair, you have to burn it. Because if you just cut your hair and you toss it out, and let's say if a bird gets a hold of your hair and want to make a bird's nest out of it, then you're going to constantly have migraines. That is definitely part of our culture, and kind of like an urban myth, but I don't find it urban myth at all because I really believe it. But other people might find that that is ridiculous and it is crazy, but it is not. I know it seems like it is, but I promise you, it is not. So the next question is, how has your culture acted as an agent of socialization? So I would have to say that my family's influence have greatly affected my cultural practices, which has helped me to advocate for myself and others. So when I say that we are very, very, very particular about who touches our hair, how they touch our hair, I advocate for others too, because this isn't just about a me thing, but it's about advocating for personal space and boundaries. And I think that my family's culture helped me in my socialization skills, especially in society. It's just being firm in what I believe in, being respectable about how I approach these things and how I communicate what I'm feeling while standing on my belief system and educating others. And so I actually think that we actually pass down education through experience. So if someone ever walked up to me and say, "Hey, can I touch your hair?" I will educate them on, please don't touch my hair. Sometimes I will tell them why in my belief system. And guess what? Now they've learned something that they're going to pass down to someone else. That is called advocacy and education. Prompt 2, deviance. So share an example personal observed from society where behavior was labeled as deviant. So I'm going to give a personal perspective. About a few years ago, I was in Kohl's and my then 6-year-old son was overwhelmed, and he has autism, and he threw a fit in the store and fell to the ground. And a lady came up to me to complain about my son's deviant behavior. Okay, so how did labeling, stigma, or group reactions shape the outcome? Well, the outcome was shaped by me informing her that my son was autistic, and I had to break it down to her what autism spectrum disorder is and the symptoms. And she did apologize at the end, but then she did come with another snark remark of, he can still control it. Okay, so question 3 is pretty much applying a theory to the story that I just told you guys. So the theory that I chose was symbolic interactionism, because I felt like this theory pretty much fit what we had experienced in that store. And the reason why I feel like it fit that narrative is because that lady called my son a little troublemaker. And troublemaker is pretty much associated with deviance. So I really chose this one because I felt that her negative connotation had put a title on my son as a troublemaker, and it could actually, change the perspective of how my son sees himself, how others see himself. And when people hear the term autism, they think that all children with autism may behave this way all the time, when it may not be true. It may put this negative connotation that all children with autism are deviants because they don't know how to act, or they have not learned how to act, or their parents should discipline them more. I'm just throwing some random things out there because these are the things that I've heard. But this is a theory that I felt had more relevance to my story. Okay, prompt 3 is personal insight. The question reads, how has studying sociology so far changed the way that you view your everyday life, relationships, or community? So far, it has me thinking that I can give people a little bit of a chance. I've been so closed off because of the way I felt like I experienced society, and the way my son has experienced society, that I did not want to deal with the world. But I'm learning that I have to give people understanding, and I have to understand that everyone operates differently based on their culture, their environment, what they learn, and sometimes it is as simple as just educating people, because knowledge is power. So the next question is, what's one question about society you're more curious about now that you were before? I'm sorry. This question is, why can't we all just get along? We have all of these great advancements with education, knowledge, and everything at the tip of our fingers to learn about different cultures, different aspects, and society as a whole. But why haven't society have yet to learn how to get along and how to see each other as brothers and sisters, and just learn that everyone is different and accept it, because we are all different from each other. We all have our own beliefs, and to force that onto others is just wrong. Why haven't we learned that? We wouldn't want that forced on us, so why would we force it on others? That's the one thing I still would like to know about society and why we can't get it right. Third question in personal insight, and let me tell you, I am so excited about this. So the question reads, what is one thing coming up that you are interested in learning about? Let me tell you, the one thing that I'm interested in learning about that we have coming up this week, and it's due to July 12th, is gender and sexuality. And the reason why I'm so excited about that is because it's a battle of the sexes all the time online, especially Facebook. So this is something that I'm super excited about, because maybe I might learn why men and women are always in a battle of the sexes. But anyways, that's the one thing I'm looking forward to, and it's always a pleasure, and I can't wait for the next assignment. Aye, Captain, signing off, and I'll see you later. Bye.